Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bunny, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the much anticipated Spectrum Noir markers. Now, many of you guys have been recommending this set of markers to me in order to review, and I figured I would eventually get to it, but the only problem was I could not find them in my local art store. So I actually found them in the Netherlands by chance while I, of course, went into an art store, and they were on sale on top of it. So I figured, okay, why not? Let's get them and we're gonna do the review. So the box that I did end up buying was a set of 24 markers. It is the Spectrum Noir Colouring System, and it is the pastel color collection. They do sell them in smaller sets as well, but I figured that for the price, 24 markers is a good deal. Now, typically for the price, I believe in this case I paid $24.99. And that was the sale price in the Dutch art store. Now, if we want to take a look at the full prices, going on their website, I was only able to find information from the UK online store and the US online store. They say that it seems like they sell the product over Europe as well, but actually I can't find information on how much this would be, apart if I were to look on Amazon for Germany, for example. So in this case, in the UK, price for a set of 24 for the pastel set, for example, it's going to be about £35. And then if we take a look at the for European prices, I think in terms of Germany, because that's the country I live in, I would be paying about 29 euros or 30 euros plus shipping fees as well to Germany. Now, if we also compare it to the US would be paying approximately $49 or like $50 for a set of 24. Now, in terms of deal-wise, I think that's a pretty good deal for 24 markers. It's kind of a lower price range if you're wanting to get started with markers, which is why these markers are probably great for beginners and for younger people who are looking to get into art. This would be a perfect gift. Now, the markers themselves are packed in a cardboard box that is fairly easy to open. Within the box, there are 3 sets of 8 markers packed in a plastic tray. And when I first opened this, I was just kind of like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm so used to buying markers that are within a plastic container that is really a nice quality plastic container that is hard, and when you drop it, it just won't break or anything. And then these ones are just easy to like fall out if you hold them the wrong way. But I guess what I'm comparing it to are marker sets that are more expensive, that I usually pay over 100 euros for a set of 12 or a set of 24. And of course, we do expect the quality for the packaging for those markers to be much higher. So in this case, I guess it is suitable for the price that you're paying. The markers themselves do have the color codes on the tips of the markers as well as the color swatch. So this is on both ends of the marker. And they also have a little icon in the rubber to indicate which side is the bullet tip and which side is the chisel tip. Now, this is another red flag for me that I'm not really a fan of, is the fact that the symbol it doesn't stand out to me. It's just kind of in the background of the rubber. It's just black on black. And for me, I really don't want to kind of waste any time in determining which end of the marker I'm drawing with. I really want to know right away. So in typical fashion, like other markers, they will have the symbol as a brighter color or as a different color that will stand out, so you know which side of the marker you're using. Now, the colors that are included in this box set are beautiful. They look really nice, and I was really excited when I first saw the swatches on the actual box itself. So I was quite excited to give them a go and try them out. However, upon first glance, when I did open the box, I thought that the color swatch on the tip of the markers, a lot of the colors resembled the same, like they looked the same. And I'm going to be talking specifically about the FS swatches. So we do have FS1, FS4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. And I figured, these are going to be cool colors to use for skin tones because they look really great on the box. But when I did use them, a lot of them actually looked exactly the same. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So I thought it'd be pretty interesting to compare each of the FS tones next to each other on paper and compare, first of all, to see how accurate the color is to the tone that you can see on the tip of the marker, as well as to see if there are any differences between each tone. I first started with only one layer of color, and I immediately noticed that FS4 and 5 look pretty much identical. And then FS1, 7, and 9 also looked really, really close. They actually all look the same to me. The only unique one was FS8. So I wanted to give the marker the benefit of the doubt, and I decided to do a kind of gradient swatch by adding another layer of the color. There were some subtle changes in some of the colors. For example, FS5, I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera, but it seemed to have a more pinkish hue almost. But it was just not, I don't know, they all look the same to me, honestly. They were very, very, very similar apart from the FS8. Another thing that you'll notice is that the cap on the tip of the marker does not always match the color that comes out when you draw on the paper. For example, the FS9, on the tip of the marker, it appears much, much lighter, almost with a pinkish hue. And then on the paper, the color actually comes out more orangey. It's much more darker, and it's kind of not that accurate to what is being promoted on the swatch on the tip of the marker. In terms of usability, I do have to say that this marker is pretty good. They are alcohol-based markers, and they do work really, really nice on the paper. In this illustration, I am just drawing in my regular sketchbook. I am using a thicker paper, and the marker itself is gliding effortlessly on the paper. There's a lot of ink that's coming out, and upon first application, I'm not experiencing any streakiness issues. So it is a really good solid base to start with. Another thing that I really, really like is the fact that the ink dries really fast. So when you're applying it, you're working down the paper. The first layer of application that you did at the very beginning is already dry, so you can just quickly go back and rework that area if you want, apply more color, and you could also blend the colors together. So with the blending aspect of this marker, I do think that it works really great. So in this example with the parrot, I am blending in the orange hues with the yellow, and it is actually working really nice. So I do like how you can blend it. I like how the marker or the ink dries really fast, and yeah, in that regards, I have to say really, really great job, Spectrum Noir. So to basically summarize this product review, I do want to say that this was an honest review from my opinion. You guys probably or maybe experienced something different. That is totally fine. That is totally normal. This is something that I noticed. All of the cons that I mentioned in this video, it's something that I noticed and has affected me because these are the type of things that I look for when I'm buying a product in the art store. And it's also going to make me rebuy your product later on if these sort of topics are met. For example, the color on the tip of the marker is accurate to the ink. I think that's really important just for me to be able to draw something that's accurate and I get the accurate colors that I'm looking for. Another thing that I look out for when I'm buying products in the art store, especially regarding markers, is that if I buy a set, I want to make sure that the colors within the set could be used together to blend together really nicely, which is why I was excited for this specific pastel set because of the FS tones. They looked all nice. They looked like they would work together really nice, but when I was using them, you're probably going to see in this illustration, a lot of the FS colors really just ended up looking the same on paper. So I was a little bit sad by that, and I tried to make it work, but it just wasn't giving me different tones that I was looking for. So unfortunately, that's something that would put me off, and it sort of did for this. I have to kind of be honest regarding this. But yeah, these are the type of things that I look for, which is why I think it's quite important that I give you guys an honest review based on what I've noticed. But to take everything into consideration, in the end, I do think that these markers would be a really good gift for a beginner artist, for your child, for a little brother, little sister that is interested in art and wants to pursue art. I think that these markers would be great for that, especially for the price range. It is a really good price for a set of 24, and I think it's a good beginner's point. I think it's a good starting point, especially if you're wanting to learn how to use markers as well as learn how to blend and how to draw with markers. To conclude this video, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Do please give me some honest comments down below if you guys are a fan of the Spectrum Noir, if you guys use them, what do you guys think about them, and if you have any other recommendations that you want me to try to review, I could also look into that. Also, some channel updates from my end. I will be starting my live streaming schedule again in December. As I mentioned before, I am extremely busy at work right now, which is actually making it hard for me to even post daily on Instagram, which is making me really, really, really sad. Because I'm the type of person that has to draw something every single day and just find a way to better myself artistically every day. And I'm not able to really do this for the month of November, which is putting me in a not so great place mentally and also like physically. It's exhausting me to not be able to do what I love. So that being said, do look out for the live stream schedule, which I will post in a few weeks, and we will be starting to do some regular weekly live streams like what we used to do. And yeah, I'm quite excited for that. So hopefully I'll have my green screen by then, and we'll have some really pretty, wicked awesome live streams. So again, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Do give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe or follow my Instagram and Facebook pages. I do try to post daily art stuff on these social media profiles. And without further ado, I'd like to wish you guys all a lovely Sunday afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And we will see each other again next Sunday. So bye!